it all so grand? To think, it was just sitting here, lurking under the floor. I don't know. It feels older than that. Who knows how old? But Cazador will want a grand space for his ascension. A venue like this feels perfect. Now we just need to see what lies at the heart of this place. What in the hells? I never knew any of this was here.
Just like the door to the ballroom upstairs, this door features no keyhole, but does have an indentation for a signet ring. The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
Wow, let me guess. A list of people he wanted to kill.
He recorded thousands of names. Were they his victims or something else entirely?
Lady Incognita. It was mentioned that it was another Tsar, a niece of Cazador, who decided that she doesn't like being a vampire and she's gonna call herself Lady Incognita, become a writer and run away from him, I believe.
On the pillow rests a skull with a scroll clamped in its bony jaws. The skull's empty eye sockets flare with an eldritch gleam. You feel invited somehow to witness the skull's memories. It seems urgent. This skull is all that remains of the vampire Velioth. He turned Cazador, gave him the gift, and then taught him the rules of vampiric existence. Velioth's first lesson is always to dominate. Allow none to be your equal. Velioth recalls when Cazador reached out to a former friend. His punishment was to watch as Velioth drained his friend dry. Velioth's second lesson is that power comes from solitude. To share with others is to be weak, and to be weak is to fail and die. Velioth recalls when Cazador rebelled against him. Cazador suffered 11 years of impalement because he failed. Velioth's third lesson is to act not in haste. A near immortal has time to plan, time to act only when others will pay the price of action. Velioth recalls Cazador, his lessons learned, killing him in the rite of perfect slaughter. How they both laughed. Velioth recalls Cazador boiling the flesh from his skull, and then, to mock him, clamping his schooling scroll in Velioth's jaws. The skull's eyes flash a final time, and its jaws sag open. The scroll with all of Cazador's rituals is yours. Velioth is no more.
Even his precious rules.
Approaching the cells, you're met with hollow-eyed faces. There's an almost physical stink of decay and neglect.
I don't even know what this prison is. He hid all of this from me. And the others. If I had to guess, I'd say they're part of his ritual. But where in the hell do they come from?
You. I know you. You're the one from the tavern. You smiled and joked and got me drunk.
You,
I get what happened.
you're dead.
You called me so many sweet things. My name sounded like a lyric on your tongue.
Sebastian,
You remember me.
you were handsome. Shy. You'd never been kissed.
You taught me how. And then you destroyed me.
Think I understand.
It can't be.
Beneath the dirt and blood, you notice that every prisoner has a rune carved into their flesh.
Yeah. Fucking hell. When I found the list of like thousands of fucking names, I thought it was like people that crossed him or people he ate. But then in the Black Mass scroll, it says that if you want to ascend as a vampire, not be constrained by your hunger and sunlight, you need to sacrifice 5,000 people. Obviously, if he caught normal people, he would have to give them food, give them water, get them, it's hard to gather 5,000 people. He doesn't have this kind of pool. But if every person he drained, he changed into a vampire spawn and just closed them in cages like a fucking zombie or something, he would have 5,000 people in one place. That's fucking crazy. I love it. I love the little goose bump that I had on the back of my neck when I realized how fucking stupid I was about that scroll with 1,000 names. Whew.
Then they're bound to the Black Mass too. Bound through the scars. Through me. I know these faces. Every one that shares my scar. They're my conquests. I pursued them. Seduced them. Then brought them to Cazador. He told us he was feeding on them, but he turned them to spawn. He turned every last one, so we'd have souls for this cursed ritual.
How long?
What?
How long have I been down here?
"170 years. You were one of my first.
My family. My friends. They're gone. You took them from me. You took everything from me.
The problem is with the first one, with the "will set you free." If there is 5,000 vampire, like very hungry vampire spawns closed in cages under Baldur's Gate, we can't let them go. They will fucking destroy this city, like no problem. What the fuck? I'm dumbfounded on what I should do. Because from what Astarion says, I will probably have two choices, maybe more, but like the main two is probably letting him ascend instead of Cazador, which he mentions multiple times, and probably just, stabbing Cazador, about which Astarion isn't too much thrilled, because if tadpoles are removed at the end of the game, which I assume this is the goal here, he would not be able to walk in the sun again. Oh, we can't set them free, because this will be the end of Baldur's Gate. Like, the first night after letting them out, it will fucking go poorly. Unless there isn't 5,000, then, 15 vampire spawns isn't that bad. Knowledge? I have a buff because of no. Let's go with this. Oh, this is my advantage. Yes, please.
Help. Help. There's no helping us while that monster lives.
That's why we're here. To destroy Cazador.
You can't.
It's just a vampire.
It's not possible. And then, what happens to us?
Yeah, a bunch is not a problem. 5,000 is a problem.
I don't know. I just don't want to die. Whatever you do, just do it quickly. I can't go on waiting.
We'll be back. You have my word.
170 years, Jesus Christ.
Gods above. He kept Sebastian. I feel ill. All the fools and villains who ever fell for my ploys, they're here. He didn't do anything at all. I can't say the same of all my victims. There's only one reason they'd all still be here. He must need them for the ritual. Each of the 7, we must have brought in 1,000 over the decades. They're all lambs for his slaughter. And if I was to take his place, they'd all die by my hand. Everyone, whoever trusted me enough to let down their guard, innocents, idiots, and the unlucky. It doesn't matter. I will need to sacrifice them all if I want to perform the ritual.
You're almost worse than me. Dark Urge.
What's the point? They're as good as dead. I thought they were dead.
But they aren't.
If they are unleashed, they
Yes.
will cause incredible carnage. They will be ravenous. They must die. Better they serve a purpose. They're in a state far beyond anything that ever happened to me. Decades of hatred will have piled up inside of them. I can't even begin to imagine. We must find Cazador. This must
Yes,
end.
this bit is true. This has to end.
Hey! Hey, you!
Oh shit, is this...
Come closer.
Oh, God. It can't be.
What's his name? Ugur?
It is you. I knew it. I'll kill you. Once I get out of here, I'll kill you! Camp. Monster hunters.
Gore.
The Gur camp. Oh gods! My parents' camp! Chessa, focus! Resist the beast inside you. You promised! It's your fault! You did this to us! Didn't he tell you? He's the one that kidnapped us. He's the reason we're spawns! I'll kill you!
Yes. Now that you, mention it, I may have done that. Don't look at me like that. Cazador's orders. Quite the deviation from my usual routine, of course. Capture, not lure. I didn't bring them in with sweet rolls or anything. I really forgot about them. Felt nothing the moment I handed them over to him. Oh. I suppose there's a good chance they will. What use is it, though? They're lost. Ravenous. Feral. They'd attack any mortal on sight. All these people were ruined because of me.
Parents? You've seen my parents? I miss them. I think. Or perhaps it's the hunger. Oh, I don't know. It's so hard to tell. You should go. Leave us here. We shouldn't be out there. We'd hurt our families.
Behind the exhaustion, starvation, and fear, recognition stirs in her eyes, and with it, hope.
You really mean it?
I've got my urges.
Cazador's got this stuff. It controls the doors. If you get it, you can set everyone free. If you get it, somehow.
Oh, I'm gonna stab him.
Please. Whatever you can do.
What are you doing? They're going to tear me to shreds. They'd never forgive me for what I've done. I was in the prime of my life when I was turned. Everything was taken from me, too. I never want to see these little scraps of misery again. The world doesn't need to know my shame.
Well, this obviously looks like a coffin, so I assume something will happen when I enter here.
Well, you clearly want to say something. I don't know. I thought they were dead for so long. I could feel guilty, happy in the knowledge there was nothing I could have done differently. I could never have saved them. But now there's a choice to make. And what am I owed? What about the injustices I've suffered? Am I not entitled to anything? All that matters now is killing Cazador. I've earned that, if nothing else. We can deal with the prisoners when the time is right. After all, they're not going anywhere. That is a complicated question. I was so sure they were dead. I could feel guilty, happy in the knowledge there was nothing I could... But now there's a choice to make. That will very much depend on what happens once I face Cazador. But I have to find him before I can face... Well, you're right, I am. How could I not after coming face to face with the ghosts of my past. Actually, ghosts would have been preferable over starving vampire spawn. But you're right. This isn't the time. Cazador is our objective. Nothing can distract me from that.
Who stands before us? Is this truly our prodigal son? Do not slouch before me, boy. Have you no respect for yourself? Look at you, crawling back after abandoning your family. You should be begging our forgiveness. Have you fallen so far that this speaks for you?
I don't need anyone to speak for me.
No, you always had a gift for words. I fondly remember your empty boasting, your tired jokes, your endless prattle.
No! Shut up!
Do the cattle not know you, boy? Have they not seen your fits of temper?
You son of a bitch.
You truly forgot my power. You truly thought our bond as creator and creation was all that stopped you from killing me? Oh, you are weak, my child. You are a small, pathetic little boy who never amounted to anything. But today, you will finally do something worthwhile. You will burn, and I will ascend.
No! Stop him! Get me out of this!
Witness the birth of the Vampire Ascendant! Ecce Dominus! Fight on if you must! I'm only growing stronger!
Is that everything? I was like, it cannot be as easy, and apparently it fucking is.